Welcome back to Good Morning Arizona at 7:16. Disappointingly high inflation numbers for the month of August sent the Dow down more than 1,200 points yesterday. Inflation at 8.3%, higher than last August. Despite this, the Biden administration touting several provisions in the Inflation Reduction Act. So Susan is live in Washington, D.C. this morning with more on this. Susan, good morning.
Good morning. It wasn't great timing. Certainly, the president wasn't hoping that inflation report would be as disappointing as it was. We saw inflation tick up about 0.1% compared to last month, and that is even despite falling gas prices. So we're talking about groceries, the things that matter to all of us that we all have to buy. Those are the core prices that are driving this inflation to continue. So the president acknowledged this. The president acknowledged that families are struggling with high costs. He says his Inflation Reduction Act can help, but opponents say it could actually make things a lot worse.
The American people won.
A celebration at the White House.
We're going to lower prescription drug costs, lower health insurance costs, lower energy costs for millions of families. I'm going to take the most aggressive action ever to confront the climate crisis and increase our energy security.
From the White House to your house, here's what the Inflation Reduction Act actually means for you.
A win for American workers, for consumers.
There will be new discounts for new and used electric vehicles.
This is a big deal. One of the biggest barriers to adopting an EV and getting the savings that come with it is that upfront cost.
There will be credits and rebates for energy efficient appliances and solar panels too. EPA Administrator Michael Reagan says the goal is to save money and energy.
Finally have the resources we need to tackle not only the climate crisis, but create billions of dollars of grants and investments for communities that have been disenfranchised for so many years.
Arizona has a lot of people who already have solar, and into our newsroom we receive a lot of complaints about solar companies and how they interact with their consumers. How do you make sure that the dollars from this bill make it to the companies that are doing the right thing and not a fly-by-night solar company that we've all heard of?
The accountability piece is so important, and we've built that in.
The new law also targets high prescription drug costs. But despite its name, an analysis by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office shows the Inflation Reduction Act won't really move the needle on inflation. Republicans voted against it, and the Arizona Chamber of Commerce is critical.
It does nothing to address the pressure put on everyday Arizonans right now as they're buying goods, buying houses, paying rent. This bill does not address that. In fact, it more than likely could make it worse.
This crowd disagrees.
Today offers proof that the soul of America is vibrant, the future of America is bright, and the promise of America is real.
As part of this act, there will also be a $2,000 out-of-pocket cap on Medicare Part D costs for Americans who have Medicare Part D. But that change is going to take a couple years to phase in, so it's not going to be an immediate change that people feel right in their wallets.
Susan, side note, it's not often that we get to travel all the way to Washington, D.C. with Arizona's family. So are you getting to do some sightseeing, or what kind of access did you have so far today or yesterday?
Yesterday we were at the White House. I mean, today we're outside of the grounds. Yesterday we were there. We were up close and personal. We had meetings all day long, and maybe a little sightseeing after work today before we catch our flight home. So we'll be back tomorrow.
Right, Susan, thank you.